Good morning, y'all. My name's Anna. I'm an educator of the Holter Museum of Art. And today I'm going to be showing you for your Original Works fundraiser how to make an ink blob creature. You can use markers, watercolors, crayons, color pencils to make your creature. What you will need with each of those is a black marker or a Sharpie. So I'm going to use a Sharpie today, but again, you can use a black marker as well. All right, to get started, you're going to need a piece of paper that's kind of thicker. When you touch it, you're kind of like, oh, there's a little texture to it. There's a little bit of a bump to it. It feels thick. And whatever material you want to use first, whether it's the watercolors, it's the markers, it's the color pencils, or it's the crayons. So I'm going to make 4 creatures today, one with each material, and I'm going to start with my markers. Because it's early in the morning, and I still need to wake up, I'm going to use something bright and vibrant. I'm going to use this pink. So I'm going to take my pink marker, and I'm just going to doodle. What? We just get a doodle? Yeah! I'm just going to doodle, which means for me, I'm going to make spirals, and I'm going to make zigzags, and I'm going to make lines that go back and forth and are sharp. And notice that as I'm doodling, I'm keeping all of my doodles in this tight little space. There's a reason for that. So as you doodle, keep your doodles and your color overlap in a tight little space. All right, so I'm going to cap my marker, one of the most important things, put it back, and pick up my black Sharpie. And to make my little creature feature, I'm going to add, we'll start with some eyes. So when I make eyes, I make a big circle. Oh, my Sharpie's dead, I need to get a different one. All right, new Sharpie. I make a big circle. Ooh, new Sharpie is nice. There's one big circle, and I want my creature to have 2 eyes for this one. So there's 2 big circles. And then I'm going to make smaller circles in those eyes so that it's almost like my creature has eyes like ours. They're both the big circle and the small circle in there. So I got my big circle. Here are the small circles. And my creature's gonna have kind of silly eyes, so the circles are in different spots. If you'd like, you can fill in the circles like this. You don't have to though. All right, I'm gonna fill in both my circles. Yes, there we go. What else do creatures have? They have a mouth, because they gotta eat somehow, right? So I wanna make a mouth for my creature. I think I'm just gonna draw a tiny little line. That's my creature's mouth. And maybe it has one sharp tooth hanging out. So I'm gonna draw a triangle, small little triangle on my mouth, just like that. So there's my creature's eyes and the mouth with a sharp little tooth. And my creature needs hands and feet so that it's able to move. So when I'm drawing hands and feet, I draw one line like that, and I draw another line coming off of it at a sharp angle. So that's a sharp angle right there. So boom, boom, and I draw either a little foot or a little circle like this, or I'll show you when I make the hand. I can draw a little claws. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did here to draw this leg. I'm going to draw one line like that. I'm going to draw my other line coming off at a sharp angle like that. And I'm going to give this one claws. So when I draw claws, all I'm doing is making a couple lines that connect together and are sharp, just like this angle here. So sharp means going up like that and connecting the shapes back together. Now I have claws on my little creature. I need to give it another hand and another foot. So I'm going to do that same thing, draw a sharp line there, and here's the little foot. And here's the other hand, almost like it's trying to give itself a high five. My little creature wants to hang out. It's just trying to say, hey, let's be friends. High five. Not right now, not during COVID. We could do an air five. Yeah, air five. There we go. All right, so I'm going to draw the rest of this claw. Ooh. And there's one little creature. It's all done. So I'm going to choose a different material and show you how to make a creature with that material too. And for that, I think I'm going to use my crayons next. So what color do I want this creature to be? You can choose whatever color you want. It doesn't have to be a pink creature. It doesn't have to be a purple, yellow, green creature. It can be whatever color you have on hand and you want. I want my next creature to be orange. So I'm going to pick my orange crayon, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with this creature, where I make lots of squiggly lines in a tight space. So I'm going to make my creature up here. I'm going to start by maybe drawing a zigzag line like that. And then I'm going to draw another zigzag line like that. And maybe I draw a curly Q line here. I think I'll draw a curly Q line here. All right, so see how this creature has a lot more space in it, and I use different lines than I did for this creature? Each creature is unique and one of a kind. It's how you make it. So that these creatures aren't the same, I like that. I really like that. All right, I'm gonna take my black marker, my Sharpie. I'm gonna give this creature eyes, a mouth, and feet. This creature's not gonna have hands, but maybe it has a tail. Yeah, this creature has a tail. So you can add whatever features you want to your creature. For me, I want this one to have eyes, a mouth, feet, and a tail. But I didn't say how many. I think this creature's gonna have one eye. So I'm doing that same thing I did for this creature, where I draw a circle and then I draw another circle inside it. So that's my creature's eye. I think for this creature's mouth, I think it's a silly creature. I think it's sticking its tongue out at you. So it's like, that's what my creature's gonna do. So for that, I draw a straight line, just like that. And I draw kind of like a half oval. So remember, an oval is a long circle. So for sticking its tongue out, it's a straight line and a half an oval. So there's my little creature. That looks really good with its eye and its tongue sticking out. And now I want it to have feet. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I might have picked a bad Sharpie. That's all right. So I'm going back over because my Sharpie's not super strong and I want this creature to have strong feet. So I'm doing 2 little feet, and I do angles. So I do that straight line and I do an angled line coming off of it. And now I do a little circle at the base of it. Yeah, okay. It's got 2 feet, and actually this creature has 4 feet. So it's got 2 tiny feet right here. And I think it has a tail. What kind of tail does it have? Does it have a dragon tail? Does it have a pig's tail? That's a curly Q. Does it have a dog's tail or a cat tail? Ooh, this is a hard question. My creature, I think it has a fish's tail. And a fish's tail when you simplify it down, make it a very basic shape, is a triangle. So I'm going to make, or it can be, in my mind it's a triangle. In your mind, a fish's tail can be whatever it wants, but I'm gonna make a triangle, and I'm gonna make a mini triangle inside my triangle. Yeah. All right, that creature's done. Next creature. Do I want to use watercolor or color pencil? I'm going to use watercolor. So, for my watercolor, get the brush a little wet. Which color do I want to use? I want to use purple. I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. What's your favorite color? It's a good color. All right, so I've put water in my watercolor, and it's got nice and purpley, just like that. And I'm going to just put the paint down on the paper like that. And maybe I add a little bit more water to it, which is when you just put your brush in the water and put it directly on the paper without getting any more paint. A really cool thing about using watercolor to make a monster is that you can take something like a straw, so this metal straw, and you can make like spider webs for your monster. You can give it more dimension. So if you want, when you're making your watercolor monster, get straw and put a lot of paint and a lot of water on your surface, and then blow on it with your straw to see what happens. Oh, I got a little paint on my surface. That's okay. That's why I'm using an art table. So I'm going to quickly use my finger to clean that up, because I want to shift my paper to help me see this monster more. All right. Ooh, this monster's cool. All right, if these are all little feet, little legs, they should have feet on them. So I'm gonna give them some feet. Just like that, just like that. I am just drawing circles on every single one that I can see. There we go. So now my monster has a ton of feet, like an octopus wearing all of those shoes. And I think it should have a hat. It's gonna have a crown. So when I make a crown, I do a straight line just like this. And then I make 2 lines coming off of it, just like that. And I'm going to zigzag across it. Just like this. There we go. There's my crown. This creature doesn't have any eyes or a mouth yet. It doesn't have a face. I don't think I'm going to give this one a mouth. I am going to give it eyes. So remember, these are your creatures. You can make them however you want. They can have 5, 8 legs if you would like. That's a lot of legs. They could have 1 leg. Maybe they're on a wheel. They're not even on like a foot or a leg. They're on a wheel. That could be cool. It's however you want it to look. All right, so I'm going to put my 2 big eyes on this because I decided this creature has 2 eyes. And I'm going to fill these eyes in like we did with this one. So I'm just going to make 2 big spaces like that. This creature looks kind of sad though. That's okay. I just would like it if it was a happy creature. So I think I'm going to give it a smiley face to help. And for that smiley face, I'm just making half a circle again, facing away from me, because then it looks like the creature's smiling. Yeah, that creature's done. All right, for our next creature, one more creature, we're going to use color pencils. I'm going to use color pencils. I want to use blue because we don't have a blue creature yet, and blue is such a pretty color. All right, so I have my blue color pencil, and I'm going to do the same thing I did for these creatures where I just doodled and see what comes from it. So again, you can do different lines like zigzags. You could do some straight lines coming off of that. Maybe you have circles or spirals, or maybe you just have a big space that you fill in. Maybe you cover the entire thing in just one color, like this. And notice how erratic my lines are? They don't all match perfectly. They aren't filling in the space, filling in the lines. I'm trying to make this messy because I like a mess, and this piece, these ink blob creatures, look better with mess. All right, so I got my black marker again. And I think this creature has noodle arms. Do you know what noodle arms are? They're kind of wavy. So for noodle arms, I'm gonna make a curvy line like that. Do you see how I did that? We'll make another. So curvy lines wiggle like this. Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna put a circle at the top of each of these. And actually, I'm gonna do what I did over here, and I'm gonna put claws or fingers on these creatures' hands. So this one has that, and these are 4-fingered creatures. Those are my hands, those are my fingers. I need to put eyes on this creature. And maybe a nose. I kind of like the idea of a button nose. So I'm just gonna make a circle like that. And now my eyes are gonna be right here and right here. So I'm gonna make 2 big circles, but I'm gonna make them different sizes. And I'm going to give this creature some eyes, pupils too. There we go. All right, so we have 4 different types of creatures using different materials. We made one with marker, we made one with crayons, we made one out of watercolor, and we made one out of color pencils. All of them using a black pen to add those little details, those creature features that turn our color into a creature. And at this point, you can start to name your creatures. So I think I got Blob, Blobby, Blobber the Great, and Blobbiest Blob of all. Yes, those are all my creatures. They're a big, happy blob family. Well, I hope you can make some fun creatures as well, and I look forward to seeing them. You can share them with the Holter if you would like, and you can share them with your class. That's awesome. All right, see you all. Bye.